First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Patrick Owasor charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Watson just beating the play clock. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be intercepted. It's the all-pro safety, Derwin James. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you to school now.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Watch twist. Watch the twist. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. 41's the mic. 41's the mic. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. 41's the mic.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's a elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Set, ready, 8, read. Hey, exit.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Out of the gun is Minshew. And that is incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just accelerating, and off he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Corey Grant with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is taken at the 3. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Minshew. They complete it to Hill. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
At the Texans' 38-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
It's our time. Undercrush.
Five.
Here's Minshew. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 21.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
36, 36. Showing up.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Go!
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. It's Hill, complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Go! 60 outlaw!
At the 7-yard line.
Get it!
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Hard! Go!
2nd down and goal. Minshew escaping, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Matt Judon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Let's go.
Hey, Zoo!
55 is mine, guys. 55. Let him know.
Zoo!
From the gun, Minshew to throw. The quick slant caught. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Let's go one more.
They will run with Grant, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Spot 24. No. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Slam. Check 31. Check 31. 29.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards. The Texans pick up the first down.
Hey, 24.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Completes it to Cole Grant. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
From the 36, Watson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Cut. Watch out. Under 10. 10. Hey, 59.
Throwing again is Watson. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field. 48 to Mike.
Again, it's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
On the
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Looking to throw on second down. Minshew, open man is Hill. He's got it. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready? 70, Indy.
Pull it together.
Yep.
Let flow.
Smooth.
41.
Minshew sets to throw. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. On first down, it's Grant. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 44, Watson. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but it's going to be second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Grant. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Scott. And they do get him down, but none of that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
It's just me and you.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Check 4. Check.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
No one attempted or made more field goals in Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Blue draw quarter. Snap.
Here's Hill one more time. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Topper!
They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on first down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
High 7.
Minshew, 1st and 10. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
That's caught out wide by Stills. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Hey, Roy.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated then Julio Jones, because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. And he hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection. Ryan to Jones there.
At the 1-yard line.
They come out here in the I. Second and goal from the 1.
Hey, check 24.
Twist on travel.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
They'll look to run with Edwards. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, his first touchdown on the year, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A pretty big opening there on first down. 8 yards up to the 33. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. After the run, Watson going to throw. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. To throw is Watson. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
First down.
Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 44-yard line.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
You got nothing.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
36.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Now it's Watson. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 42.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. Grant, he's got some breathing room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
First down, Houston.
Percent, 19, 36. It's outfield. It's outfield.
This is Grant. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball in the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Kaimi Fairbairn. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Kaimi Fairbairn. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And the Texans are going to win the football game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Houston, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.